Are you the kind of person who's excited by the final episode of a podcast season but also dreads having to wait for the next season? Well, if you are, then you're in good company. Today we'll be sharing stories from our past, playing some games, and maybe even performing a live sketch or two. Let's walk barefoot for 2 steps and immediately step on something incredibly sharp. Grab your knitting needles and a blanket because it's time for 3 old friends to sit around and sew a new patch into their quilt of friendship. So join me, Dion, under the covers with Christian.
Welcome to Patchwork.
And Josh.
Welcome to Patchwork.
Dion, I wanted to start this episode off thanking you for your beautiful introductions that you've done all season long. They're very funny, which is so unlike you.
Thanks, Christian. This sounds great. Is it leading to a broader point?
It is leading to a broader point. We had a fan submit a pattern that they recognised and supercut into a tight little clip just for this retrospective.
No doubt this will be flattering. Well, if you've grappled with something like this, then you're in good company. Well, if you've thought about this, then you're in good company. Well, if this is a question that's ever crossed your mind, then you're in good company. Well, if you are, then you're in good company. Well, if you are, then you're in good company. Well, if you are, then you're in good company. You're in good company. You're in good company. You're in good company. 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 Well, if you are, then you're in good company. I think we're just fade that down now, Christian.
Do you want it in the background?
The whole episode. Look, I think consistency is very important. I think this podcast, we like to think it's consistently funny. And so the intro has to be exactly the same every time with the same intonation on company.
No, I don't. I like the idea that is a pre-recorded bit. You do all of it live. You go, play the company bit. Play the company
Christian's
bit.
on the soundboard hitting company. That's great. Thank you to the fan that did that. Yeah, we always encourage fans to mock up things that defame my character. So please continue to do it.
Before we crack into the show proper, just a reminder to everyone, we do have a live show coming up, the 25th of May. Tickets are on sale. Tickets are almost sold out, so quickly jump on our social media channels and find the link. Book quickly. Go. Do it now.
Now, as some of you may or may not know, I do all the editing for the show, and similar to the way that listener found a pattern, there's a lot of stuff that happens between the bits, so just in little bits in between that you guys don't end up being privy to because you don't hear it back. I hear it all back. And so there are a few, particularly with you, Dion.
Oh my God.
Similar with the company, there are a couple of phrases that get said a lot in the bits between. So I've put together a little bit of a compilation for you. And I'll let you listeners, you guess what the 2 phrases are because they come up a lot.
No problem.
No problem.
And how Christian's position makes no sense. No problem. I'm sorry. What's in there? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
No problem. No problem. No problem. Sorry? Sorry? I'm sorry?
Sorry?
I'm sorry? I'm sorry? I'm sorry? I'm sorry? I'm sorry? It's shocking. Oh, God.
So I'm sorry and no problem.
Can I just point something out? When I do say it, most of the time in the background, you are laughing. So it is funny.
Yes, it is.
Could I also pull the veil back a little bit more? At the start of this season, Dion and I tried to work a segment into this show called I'm Sorry, just to find a reason to say it more.
What was the idea? The idea was...
I'm sorry?
It was just someone misheard something, I think. And there's one character always like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I'm
What
sorry.
a weak premise.
Yeah.
Just someone mishearing something.
But what a good punchline it is, though. So we're going to open the Season 3 retrospective Part 2 with a bone to pick with you, Christian.
I got a bone to pick.
So Christian, we went away with a group of friends on a Bucks weekend, and you and I decided to share a room together, and I was really happy to share a room with you.
Yeah, so was I, because we both know we don't snore.
Yeah, we don't snore, exactly, and that's the one requirement. Don't snore, don't stink.
Yep.
We actually thought we had to sleep in one bed together, but we actually found another bed that Christian got into. Anyway,
Sorry, hang on. Just explain the idea of finding a bed.
We found a room that had 2 beds.
well, it's like finding Nemo, but with beds. Finding mattress. And ended up having a very big night. Went to bed very late. Josh, you would have loved it if you were there because you love a late night. And then at 7 o'clock in the morning, this sound played.
Oh,
Can you stop that for me? So Christian, that would play. And then 5 minutes later, this sound played. And then 5 minutes later, this sound played. This literally happened 5 times. And I wondered, what in the hell is going on?
Was he turning them off?
He was sort of waking up, turning them off, and then I came over and I just said to him, "What are you doing?" So you might remember in patch 36, Christian has a cascade of alarms. I experienced the cascade of alarms. I was exhausted.
Can I ask you something? Did it wake you up?
It woke me up repeatedly, but I didn't understand what was happening. First of all, why choose that sound effect to wake up to? What are you doing?
Okay, so in my defense, I set those alarms in the drunken state that we went to bed in. And normally that's my final alarm, the one that's like, hey, mate, this is the cutoff point. Normally I have a much gentler alarm. But also, I would have turned it off if I was in the right state of mind. Can you please describe to Josh what had happened midway through the night?
Oh, amazing. I forgot about this. So Christian, at about 4 a.m., was sleeping, fast asleep. I was fast asleep. Suddenly jumps out of his bed onto his feet and goes, "What was that?" And I was like, "Christian, what are you doing?" He was like, and then he went to the bathroom, was there for ages, and then came back, went straight back to sleep. It was such a disruptive night. It was incredibly disruptive.
Pick the right sleeping partner, did you? Jesus.
So yeah, I would have preferred a snorer.
Would you have?
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
But those, I just couldn't believe the actual nature of the alarm and the fact that you just didn't shut them up. And this made me think, when you're in a hostel, when you're sleeping with other people in a room, turn off your fucking alarms.
You're right.
Well, I used to do at hostels and stuff, I'd put my headphones in because often I listen to a podcast to go to sleep. Yeah. And I used to get a little bit paranoid about them falling out of my ears and then me not being able to hear the alarm in the morning. But it never happened. They always stayed in enough that I always hear the alarm in the morning.
Doesn't the alarm play through the phone speakers if you're plugged in?
Nope.
Really?
Well, not on my phone.
Okay.
Have we talked about this before? I would love to be able to sleep on my back. There's something that's so... Have we talked about this? There's something that's so alluring.
You're done with alarms? Yeah, I agree. I have
Really?
I cannot. I've tried so many times. The issue with trying to sleep on your back, I think if you're not traditionally a back sleeper, is you're very aware that you're trying a new thing.
Yeah.
And the moment that you're conscious of trying something new,
Yeah.
you're not going to sleep.
What are you guys talking
No,
about?
it's also that I'd love to sleep on my back and I'd love for my girlfriend to fall asleep on my stomach, but it never happens because I have to get back. I don't know. There's something very masculine about it.
Well, you put your arm out and she sort of snuggles in.
and then we fall asleep like that. I think that'd be beautiful. But
Yeah, if you're in a rom-com.
that's right. But for me, I'm just sleeping on my stomach with my neck turned to the left-hand side.
You find it easier to sleep on your stomach than your back.
I'm a stomach sleeper.
What
big
is wrong
time.
with both of you?
Hang on a second.
I start on my side and then
Oh.
I go onto the back.
And then you back sleep.
I'll tell you the secret. I think give this a go, guys. You take your hand and you tuck it under your opposite armpit. So right hand under your left armpit, left hand under your right armpit.
And then what?
Tuck them in. And that's just comfy, and you go to sleep like that on your back.
That is so dumb.
Is it?
Seriously, try it.
I've been sleeping this way for so many years. You reckon just touching my armpits is going to make me sleep differently?
Have you ever cuddled a pillow in your bed?
No, I don't think so.
I found that I don't mind occasionally because I just became very cognizant that maybe if I said every night, it would be weird. I don't mind occasionally having the weight of something on my chest.
Oh, over the top of
lull
you.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of what you're getting there, Josh, by crossing your
Yeah,
arms.
it's like a safety thing.
It's a security.
Yeah.
Actually, talking about being comfortable in bed, something that I don't know if you've tried this, Josh, sleeping on your side. Have you ever put a pillow between your legs? It is so comfortable.
Really?
You would not believe it. Listeners, get on your side. Sleepers.
The world around.
If you're on a tram, a bus, a train, or at home, get on your side. Put a pillow between your legs, between your knees. It is so comfortable.
I have this association with that being what pregnant women do.
It is so comfortable.
Isn't that bullshit that pregnant women, it's all about being comfortable?
Yeah, no, and outside of that. No, that makes sense because outside of that, no, you don't need to be comfortable. Hey, you're pregnant, get comfortable.
But also with their maternity wear, everything's stretchy. It's like, what? I would love to be given that kind of leeway
Right.
in everyday life.
Would you wear what do they call
a
muumuu?
muumuu
Would you wear
or a
muumuu?
caftan?
Caftan?
Yeah.
What's that?
My dad
Similar
used to
thing.
call me the caftan kid
Oh, that's not
because
very
I
nice.
was quite round as a child.
What did you wear when you were a child? Did you wear caftans?
Normally they'd just throw a blanket on me.
So in patch 40, you might remember that I called out a very unfunny friend, a German friend. Anyway,
What a strange combination.
Anyway, you might remember in patch 40, he routinely sent me unfunny messages on WhatsApp. I didn't know what was going on, and we had a discussion about what do you do with these friends. Christian just writes haha to all his friends.
Yeah, which is
and has
bullshit now. Now everyone calls me out on it and says, oh, you've given me the ha ha ha.
Do you have anywhere to go now?
No, I don't know how to react because sometimes it's genuinely funny and you react with a ha ha ha.
You need a new phrase that lets them know this is the real funny stuff.
Do you know what I've
guys.
started doing? Audio recording me laughing.
Oh, and
Yeah.
sending it.
And sending it, being like, this is legit.
Oh, that is so strange.
And now
Yeah.
the next phase of that is you keep that recording and you just shoot that off every time.
That's great. Christian's actually playing the recording now. Anyway, so this friend actually sent me a message out of the blue in between all the unfunny memes he sends me, and he sent me this voice message. Christian, can you play this for us?
Dion, how about you give me the opportunity for a rebuttal? Because what you don't get, I think, is that this is meant to be funny on a more meta level. Because it's if it makes you laugh, great. The stuff that I sent you, if it makes you laugh, great. But what's funny for me is your complete inability to react to this, because I know that this is really low humor. You're fuming, and you think, okay, Philip could do better, and I know it. I don't know why he sends me this stuff, and that's just funny to me, and I think that's a big part of why I'm sending this to you.
So Philip said that. I don't buy it. That is bullshit.
No.
That is a guilty man.
I 100%
Yeah.
believe he finds it hilarious that you react so strangely to these.
But Philip still thinks that there's a level of humour in each of the messages that he
Well,
sends.
he did say that at the start. He's like, if you laugh at it initially, great. But if you don't, I got the backup laughs of
Yeah.
you getting upset.
That's really true. So what we'll do is we actually forgot to do it for patch 40, but on our social media, I'm going to post some of the things that Philip messages me, and we'll let the audience decide. Let them decide whether it's funny or not. I don't think they are.
With
And
the
I
we'll
think
call it the Patchwork Bible.
Isn't it in German the word is Schadenfreude?
yeah. For what? Patchwork Bible?
Laughing at other people's misfortune.
I don't know, Christian. Is that what it is?
We'll ask Philip.
Dion, how about you give
But Dion, has his behaviour changed in any way since the episode released?
It's actually a really good point. It has. He sends me far less of those messages. Thank God. Still, when he does, very poor quality. All the time. Unfunny, poor quality.
Do you feel like you're missing out now?
No,
Do you miss the low grade humour?
No, I don't miss the friendship one bit.
What if he moves to Australia and you're sitting with him in real life? Is he the same? Is he unfunny? Because he sounded hilarious.
No. He's that's the thing. That was so confusing about it. He's very, very funny in
And his
person.
accent's hilarious.
But also, Philip mentioned that he might be attending the live show in May. So I'm really looking forward to looking at him with his
Great.
arms crossed, not laughing at anything.
And then you'll get great enjoyment out of that.
Hilarious, Philip.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
You'll just be saying bad jokes the whole time. Going, look how much the German isn't laughing.
Now, in patch 34, we had a coup, a military coup. Is coup the right word where you have something good happen?
Is it like a chicken coup?
No. What's coup then?
Coup is like a military, like they kick out the standing president or something, the military takes over.
But what is it? A purple patch then?
A purple patch in a coup.
The military is having a real purple patch. Like, they had a great coup. Yeah, purple patch is like a series of good fortune, I think.
Well, we had a moment of good fortune when we had Andy Lee on the show. That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to say. Back in patch 34, and we spoke at length about giving gifts and birthday cards. Now, I wanted to follow on from that chat because I had an incident that occurred last week, Dion, that you may not be familiar with, but your girlfriend had a birthday and celebrated it with a beautiful picnic in the park.
Yep.
Now, you and your girlfriend both bought for me on my birthday, when I had a birthday barbecue, you bought me this great frying pan. And it's a very good gift. It's taken top place in my frying pan usage.
Yep. Where do you
it's
store that
completely
frying pan out of interest?
In my bedroom.
Anyone using it? Don't trust people?
Don't trust my housemates to respect the Teflon, the
not-
non-Teflon. Sorry.
Excuse me,
Sorry.
it's not Teflon, it's ceramic.
I misspoke. I thought to myself, well, your girlfriend's having an event. I want to buy her a special gift as well. But as I arrived at the park and gave my gift to her, I saw you and realized, wait a minute, Dion had his birthday last week, but didn't have an event for it. Can I ask if you're offended at all that I didn't buy you a gift?
Or did I have an event for it? No, I'm not offended, even though it does constitute one of my top love languages. Not offended by it at all. But Christian, why do you think, was it just the event that determined that? Because I don't think that's what it was. I think it's the fact that you want to get in with my girlfriend. No, but not in that kind of way. But like, I think you've got more, as a friend of mine, you've got more to prove to my girlfriend than you do to me.
That's a really good point.
I can't believe how off you are about this. Yeah, it's exclusively about the event. I saw it that if someone's going to the effort of having an event and they're going to be, I imagine, putting on a spread, there's going to be people there, it implies that this is a birthday event and you need to bring gifts.
I think because you got the gift from both of them before, and I think you'd better off either doing none or doing both. I think the fact that there's an event tied to it shouldn't matter. So I think Dion probably should have got something if his girlfriend was going to get something.
Thank God there's no statute of limitations on gift giving, Christian. My door is still firmly open.
I have one follow-up question before I go and buy you a cheap gift, Dion. Did you have the idea to get me the gift, or did your girlfriend?
I know I did, because I knew you would appreciate it heaps.
Yeah, I'll get you a gift. Then.
What about this, Dion? If he hadn't had a birthday event, would you have got him the gift?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait. Oh,
Most
sorry.
likely
I said birthday.
He didn't have a birthday.
If I skip this year.
If he would have had an event, that's a really good
Because
question.
that's what I'm asking. Is the gift giving tied to the event?
No.
Well, I think a big part of it is you're seeing that person on the day. So you have that moment of, happy birthday to you. Here is a gift today on your birthday.
For me, it's how much the person appreciates a gift. And you appreciate those sort of gifts heaps. So I reckon I would have, yeah.
What if you weren't seeing him till a week later?
I would have brought it around. I like the delayed birthday present. It sort of extends the
much
birthday.
More personal.
Yeah.
You'd go post rather than pre?
I wouldn't go the post. It's too big for the post.
But would you always give it? I think you'd always give it after than before, would you? Or would you give it before with the anticipation they open it on their birthday? Is that a better outcome?
I'm happy to give a birthday gift before, after, any time, as long as, because the thing is as well, inevitably people get too excited and they go, just get this off. It's burning a hole in my hands.
Out of interest, Christian, did I wrap that present? Did I wrap the pan?
What you did was you put the pan in a very large gift bag.
Interesting. It's something I've been doing lately, because
Yep.
I think gift wrapping is very wasteful, and
Yep.
and also one of the most frustrating things is watching someone carefully try and open up a gift wrap present. Just rip it open.
Yep.
You know, what are you trying to do? Preserve the sticky tape? No one cares.
Yep.
Just rip it open. Just do it really quickly.
Although some people reuse the wrapping paper.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, decided to put it in a bag. What do you think of that? Was that as good a reveal as wrapping paper?
Maybe not a great reveal, but the gift was fine. The gift was
that
great.
is the problem.
Yeah.
There is something very special about the peel back and you slowly work out what it is. Probably not the same effect with a frying pan.
Yeah,
I think if that's
true.
wrapped up, you could know what it is.
Do you know where I think that's originated from?
I reckon I know. What do you think it is? I just thought of where it is.
Willy Wonka. It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's peeling it back to see the golden ticket.
Yeah, because no one wrapped presents before 1976. What do you think it's from, Dion?
I reckon it's from. I just reckon it's from Scratchies.
Even more modern.
Overseas listeners, those little things that you scratch, little silver things, and they reveal money. I think it's from them. It's from them.
No, but is it? Well, no, that just plays into the fact that clearly there's some human thing about slowly revealing something bit by bit that we must get off on.
I'd love to know.
That's a tease.
Yeah, that's a tease. That's the sexy reveal that Josh had in. I think that was season 1. That's a season 1 reference.
Did you keep the bag, Dion, though? Did you get it back afterwards? Or is that part of a gift? Is that gift bag then for Christian to use?
I think it's for Christian to use.
So-
I wouldn't have taken it back.
I'm getting into the hang of offering to give the gift bag back. I did it just for Easter that just passed. My auntie gave me a replacement for ruggers. She said, I know you're on the lookout for a really comfortable pair of shorts.
How'd she
and I
go?
think they're great.
Really?
They're great, but I need a good couple of months wearing them, and then I'll get back to you guys.
You're going to retire the old boys?
No way.
Has the mesh been cut out of the new ruggers?
As per every pair of clothing which gets retired, it just becomes what I'll wear if I ever paint a house.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Do you ever use them as rags, old rags, to clean up
No.
cat vomit? I think that's another reference to season 3.
No, Dion, I own enough towels to clean up mess with those.
We just retired a burnt tea towel to the rag pile.
Oh, great.
Oh, how'd you burn it?
Valet.
Well, my girlfriend... my girlfriend had it too close to the stove and it caught fire.
Wow.
And I said, hang on, don't throw it out. Let's use it as a rag. Despite the fact in my house, I've never needed to use a rag. Dad, it made way more sense for him in the garage. Oh, checking oil or something like that with the car. Get a rag. Yep, I've never needed a rag.
No rag needed. You've never used a rag
What do you use a
before?
rag for around the house?
If there's a spill on the floor, rag it down.
No, you don't.
So your ruggers one day will be used to clear a spill on
I
the floor.
never said that I would turn my ruggers into a rag. This isn't
disgusting.
a ruggers to rag story.
Christian, Dion, it's time for a quick quiz. Dion, name 2 best types of medical specialists.
Oh my God. Ear, nose, and throat.
Quick. Christian.
A children's hospital.
Dion.
Skin.
Thoracic surgeon.
Okay, quick. Dion, name the 2 biggest things you can fit in your mouth.
I reckon an apple.
Quick.
Dion.
Dion, go.
Dion and a grapefruit.
Okay, Christian.
Many marshmallows.
Okay, Dion, name 2 animals you'd feel comfortable with driving your car.
Oh my God. Christian's cat.
Panda bear.
Mountain goat.
Mountain lion. So some of you may have seen recently that I did a post on our social media that I signed the back of my credit card for one of the first times ever.
Congratulations.
And I also realized that I sent a photo of my CVV. So for anyone, this is just a shout out. For anyone that screenshot that, please delete it immediately.
We trust you, patchworkers, implicitly.
But also, I've realized recently that I do sign things way too quickly. I don't take the time to read through what they're about because my boss just has been handing me some forms recently and saying, hey, can you sign this for me? Can you sign this? And I've just been signing them. And most recently, I signed a page which had signature and then a single line of text above it. And I signed it, gave it to him, and I said, I put a stop to it there, and I said, What am I signing? Just give me something.
Did you read it? Did you read that single line?
He goes, oh no, it's nothing.
Oh my God.
It's up to you. You've put your name to that, mate. You're stuffed.
Yeah, I am stuffed.
That's
He's
so
gonna
strange.
sell me to China. But then when we were talking, I raised this with you, Dion, a couple of weeks ago, and you made a very interesting point, which was you used to write almost exclusively with pencil.
You find that so funny, don't you, Christian? It's hilarious, isn't it?
It's very childlike.
It was. I was a child when I did it.
Hang on, but you said you still prefer using a pencil now.
Well, I know. So I used to write with pencils, and the reason was my handwriting was shocking. It was so bad that I always needed to use an eraser, and so I always used to write with pencils.
Did you never get your pen license, Dion?
I don't know if I did. I didn't sign the back of it, that's for sure. But one thing, then I gravitated from normal pencils to the Pacer. And the Pacer I loved Pacer pencils so much. You know, with the long bits of lead, you click them. That made...
It's the best of both worlds.
Oh, it's so good.
The frame of a pen, but
so
the heart of a lead pencil.
It's like a criminal dressing up to go to court. It's a cheap man's pen. Just stick yourself in the pen world, Dion. It's beautiful.
I'm with Dion on this. I do like pencils, especially when we're working on the show and stuff. And one of the things I like about it, obviously, erasing's great if
Yeah.
you're making changes, but the shading.
Erasing's great.
Erasing's great.
But the shading you can do.
What the hell are you doing shading when you're writing notes?
No, if you need to bold something or underline
What?
something,
Bold?
it's great.
You can't bold your own handwriting.
Yes, you
Do you
can.
think that's where bold has come from?
Yeah, they write
Computer
over
bold?
it. Yeah, they write over it and over it and over it again.
Unbelievable.
Wait, can you italicize your own
Yeah, you rub it out
handwriting?
and write it on an angle.
I have a very important question. Almost the most important question of season 3. I'll preface it that way. What was the other side of the razor for?
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
I was just thinking the same thing.
It was.
What color was it, Christian?
It was like a pinkish hue, I think.
Oh, yeah, pink or blue.
Or blue.
I was going to say the worst one, which is the pen eraser, is the bloody grey gravel one.
That's the one.
what I'm talking
That,
about.
all that does
Hang on.
is just rip your page apart.
Is that what it is? It's a
I'm
pen
pretty sure,
eraser.
I'm pretty sure it's for
The
pens.
point of pen is it's permanent.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's it? So is it actually for pens?
Yeah, it's to just rip your page apart. That's what it's
Yeah.
designed for. Just make it as gravelly as possible.
It's so strange.
Remove that piece of page.
No, but didn't? But then after that, after the pacer, what evolved was the pen and the erasable pen. And I was
Erasable
like,
pen?
What? You haven't
That's
seen
just
an
a pen-
erasable
that's a
pen?
pencil,
No,
Dion.
no, there's an erasable pen.
What do you erase it with?
You erase it with a normal eraser. You haven't
What?
seen it? Erasable ink.
No.
Really?
Nah.
Ah. That's
This
at that
is
other
huge.
side of
This
the eraser.
This is like a meeting of the minds here. Hang on,
Yeah.
explain more about this erasable pen.
well, it's a pen and it erases.
I thought you were going to go towards whiteout.
Whiteout was
And
interesting.
whiteout, you're in a lot of trouble. It's fine if you get it clean, but if you make that second mistake over the whiteout, like it slips and it doesn't dry enough,
No,
you're
yeah.
completely stuffed.
The only good whiteout is the one that you roll onto the paper.
The tape.
Yeah.
The one that you need to dip and paint like what do you call it? Nail polish.
Yeah.
It's so bumpy.
Yeah.
It's like writing on the back of a credit card.
And then you got to use nail polish remover to remove the whiteout.
Actually, I did want to write that. Let's get that off. Yeah, but that's all come around in our lifetime. Like it started with the brush, then you got to the ballpoint whiteout, and then
Yeah.
the evolution on that was what are school kids using these
I
days?
don't know. That's a great question. I'd love to know.
Do you think there's been advancements in pens?
Maybe.
In pen technology?
Pentech.
If you think, if you think of the ballpoint pen, that is quite a brilliant invention.
Well,
It's brilliant.
it is brilliant, in particular for me, being a left-hander. I don't understand why there are pens still that exist that take so fucking long to dry.
Felt tip. Who's using felt tips? Get them out.
Yeah, people that support felt tip use don't listen to this podcast.
All they're good for is signing the back of the credit card. That's all they should be used for.
What about thin felt tip pens? They're amazing.
Are you doing calligraphy and stuff, are you?
But the beauty of a ballpoint pen is that you can get that perfect cursive writing because it's got that beautiful ball point
They're
that
so-
allows you to just flow.
They're so temperamental, though, ballpoint pens. Sometimes they'll work and you'll think, oh, this is running out, just about to chuck it out, and then it's beautifully flowing in like a beautiful waterfall of ink.
No, in perfect style of season 3, can one of you make up a reason as to why people would blow hot air on the end of their ballpoint pen to get it to work
That
again?
sounds like a perfectly reasonable thing to do. What do you think, Josh?
No, but why?
I imagine that, you know how sometimes when you breathe hot air, it gets wet on things? Like if you did it on the window, it's a bit wet and maybe it just lubricates the ballpoint a bit.
Do you understand why that happens when you breathe hot air on a window? You sound like, you know how sometimes when that happens when you breathe on a window and you get some...
on a cold surface.
Yeah,
It's
why did-
condensation?
Is it?
No, but how weird is it that you purse your lips and blow cold air? It doesn't do anything. But open your mouth wide, hot air, where does it drip?
Guys, Guys, just letting you know, we don't have Mark the scientist. We don't have Mark the microbiologist in this episode. You'll have to wait till next season till he fact checks the whole of this episode.
But how great is that we as humans can just change how wide our mouth is open and it changes the temperature of the air coming out?
Yeah.
We started talking about pens and we're onto this. We're onto this now.
But it makes you think, why aren't like heaters and air conditioners like what?
Just
but-
mouths?
Yeah. Why aren't they just mouths? Like we've modeled planes on birds. Why not air conditioners on mouths?
There's a lot of people looking for work in our society.
But with the ballpoint pens, what's your go-to technique if it's dry and not working? Are you a furious scribbler on the side?
Yeah, furiously until it rips like an eraser.
But do you know what's shocking is that you always have to find a separate bit of paper because it's so embarrassing when someone sees that little scribble.
And you know what's
Yeah.
crap for doing it? Bloody newspaper's awful for it.
Yeah,
that
they're
gets
shocking.
shredded to shreds.
How hard in that moment is it finding that piece of paper? It's
Yeah.
so difficult.
All paper has ceased to exist
I know
at that moment.
You just need a stack of envelopes next to where
Yeah,
all your
envelopes are
pens
perfect because they're like that double thickness.
But why are we so reluctant to write on envelopes?
It's about the squiggle. It's about the embarrassment of the squiggle.
My technique is though I kind of do deep and hard and slow because I'm
Really?
because I'm
Wait, what are we talking about?
I clear my pens how I make love. But the whole thing is you're trying to get that ballpoint moving again. So it's not about like you just got to get it moving a little bit.
Is that it?
That's all you're
See,
trying to do.
I'll go soft and fast.
On an envelope, typically, you'll do it soft and very fast.
No. I had the luxury growing up of a mother who used to hoard spare paper. So anytime there was any paper lying around, she'd go, put that on the pile, and we just had these piles of spare paper.
Can I just do my own very quick quiz? With envelopes, and I'm a bit preoccupied with them. Do you apply your tongue directly to the envelope, or do you wet your finger and then apply it to the adhesive?
Wet your finger?
Yeah, why would you do that?
You've watched too much Seinfeld, mate.
Yeah, I think
Are
it's
you
some
serious?
Seinfeld.
Straight lip to rim, mate, every time.
Oh, really? What about if someone else has done it?
Do you know what's really frustrated me recently? And I'm not sure whether envelope technology has advanced and I haven't caught up with it, but I've been licking a lot of envelopes recently and none of them have been sticking. I can't get good purchase.
I completely agree.
I think that it's now a heat tech maybe where you're supposed to rub it
No,
seal.
are they old?
No, any envelope.
But a lot of them-
I can't seal
A
it.
lot of them these
Yeah.
days have the peel.
No, this has got no peel.
That
No
Christian's
peel.
not buying the ones with the peel. You can
Nah.
tell he's not buying the ones
I
with the
want the
peel.
authentic experience. I want to lick my envelope.
You know, I agree. They're
Like
not
my
sticking.
woman.
So old school, man, still licking his envelopes. But what you were saying before about your mum hoarding the paper, I feel like when I was a kid, so much more printing was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much more
Heaps of
printing.
printing.
But don't your parents still print stuff out? They still print it out. Like my dad will make a hotel booking and he said to me the other day, I made a hotel booking. He was like, you better make sure you save that and you print it out.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the point of doing both?
Yeah, I took a whole folio with me of all my bookings when I went overseas.
What?
Do you know what the most frustrating? Don't get upset about that, Dion. Wait for this one. My mum had printed off a recipe and had an iPad not used sitting propping the recipe up.
That is so good.
Come on.
That is so great.
Really, really good. You know what's really, really good? Really, really good. You know what's really, really good?
So now it's time for Really Good. We'd like to thank you all for your contributions throughout Season 3. There have been such good contributions on Really Good Fridays. Otto and Spike has been such a big supporter of us, and we've been able to send you socks for the best Really Goods. So this week, we're going to focus on you, the patchworkers. Do you know what Little Miss Nescafe thinks is really good? When you discover that a person you're trying to stalk on Instagram has changed their profile from private to public.
Yes.
Oh, really good. Really good. Really good.
And one of our recent winners of Really Good Friday, you know what Verity Pickles thinks is really good? When there's already water in the kettle before you go to use it. Really good.
Really good.
Really good.
Really good.
And recently we had our patchwork night at Josh's Comedy Festival show, and some listeners turned up, and I got talking to one of them, and I challenged her to come up with a really good on the spot, and she rose to the occasion. Do you know what Philippa, aka McPip, thinks is really good? When someone opens the door at a pub and lets a cool breeze in. Really good.
Really good.
Really good. You know what's
This is literally the final episode of Season 3 of Welcome to Patchwork. We have had a blast. It's been incredibly fun. We'd like to thank all of you for listening, for telling your friends. That's really the best way we can grow if you tell your friends.
Yeah, and this is the perfect time now when we're in the off-season. If you know anyone who might enjoy the show, let them know. They can catch right up and get ready for Season 4.
And in some really good news, Josh, Game Boys, nominated again for the Golden Gibber at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
Yeah, I got nominated in 2017, and then the show this year got nominated again. So yeah, it was awesome to be nominated. I didn't win, but really good company with the shows.
And in really, really exciting news, we have been nominated for the second year in a row for Best Comedy at the Australian Podcast Awards.
Yeah.
The award ceremony is in Sydney. We're really, really looking forward to it. We're in awesome company. But yeah, we're thrilled, and hopefully you can come see us at our live show, which is on the 25th of May on Saturday. Get your tickets. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So once again, we'd really like to thank you for your support. Thank you for telling your friends. Thank you for making this such a joy to make for you guys. We'll see you in Season 4. We'll let you know on social media when we're coming back. Yeah. But as we do every week, we sew a new patch into our quilt of friendship. Josh, what did you sew into your patch this week?
My patch is you, Dion, finally getting your pen license by writing down the phrases, "I'm sorry" and "no problem" 100 times. And Christian, what patch did you sew into your quilt for the last time in Season 3?
Well, Josh, for the last time in Season 3, I sewed into my patch Dion, using a grey lead pencil to sign incorporation documents for his new company. And Dion, what did you sew into your final patch?
I sewed into my patch me struggling to read a message from my unfunny friend Philip because it's written in German using whiteout. Thank you for listening to Welcome to Patchwork for Season 3. We will see you very soon. Hope to see you at the live show. I've been Dion.
I've been Josh.
And I've been Christian.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have you seen the games that you can play now on calculators?
Are they? Can you play with what?
It's unbelievable. You can effectively play like the games that we played on Game Boys.
Really?
On a calculator.
Have you seen the calculators you could get on your phone?